Starfield Direct. It's beginning now, yeah. When it comes to Gears of War fans, man, I think Gears of War fans like me are kind of disappointed. We expected Gears of War 6. A lot of people who haven't bought Xbox Series X or S expected Gears 6, but man, it's what it is. I think overall it's been a great show so far, man. They even unveiled a new hardware with more storage, so it's been a good show so far.
Thank you so much for joining us today, and welcome to
On a personal level,
Studios.
I've been watching the whole live stream just for Starfield.
That we love here, and that's thanks to all of you. From the Elder Scrolls to Fallout, we love creating these worlds and playing in them just as much as you do. And throughout all that time, we'd often talk about and dream up the space game. What if we could take that feeling of being who you want to be and exploring a new world, but set it in space, where you weren't really limited in where you could go or what you could do?
Let's go. Let's go.
Starfield. Obviously,
Ron Howard is awesome.
Since then, with the games we've built, our technology, and all of us here in the studio, we've done so much together, but well, we've never tried to make a game like this. Today, you'll get to hear from many on the team and see so much of what we think makes our game special. So let's jump in and take a look.
Let's go, man. Let's see this. I've been reading some of the comments.
Starfield is our first new universe in over 25 years, but it's still a Bethesda RPG through and through, where you step into a new world and you get that feeling of unlimited possibilities. But this time, it's not just one world. It's over 1,000 worlds. Because the choice of where to go, it's not ours, it's yours. And it wasn't until now that we had the technology to create it.
Look at it, man. All these
From
planets,
the
the moons.
To the mountains in the distance. To the people and creatures that live in these worlds.
Starfield is
that isn't
amazing.
Just a backdrop. That moon is actually there orbiting the planet. Yes, you can visit it too.
Wow, I love it. I love it.
Simulate the galaxy around you. Our next generation lighting model uses real-time global illumination to light the world based on the type of star.
Guys, you have to understand, I'm a huge sci-fi fan. I'm not a fanboy of plastic console X or Y or Z.
We also have an all-new
I love all the sci-fi content, man. I have the green screen on, but I have PlayStation 4, 5, no, 5 not yet. PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, Switch, I don't know. All the consoles, Xbox 360, One.
You love exploration and rewarding it, but you do explore differently in this game given its scale. That usually involves exploring an area you've landed in. You can collect resources.
It has some No Man's Sky elements, let's be honest.
Even stumble upon something unexpected.
This section, what they did with the UI, looks like No Man's Sky, so we have to respect that game, man. No Man's Sky, I'm gonna download it again, I'm gonna play it again. I've played it before, but it had tons of bugs, tons of problems, but I'm gonna go back. But this... it has that old school Fallout gameplay, it seems. Yeah, Fallout gameplay.
Stuff and all of the items allowing you to pick everything up, and you can view all that in your data menu. This is the hub for everything you're doing, from your skills to your ship, your missions, and your inventory. We love to pack a ton of detail in every object, from all of your weapons to spacesuits to food. We just obsess over the details.
Wow,
food. We obsess over food.
Steak.
When you're done exploring, you can walk back or fast travel to your ship. We have companions and crew you can take with you. I left Fosco here back at my ship.
Welcome back, Captain Howard.
And
Captain
he can
Howard.
even say your name. Let's head out.
Let's go to the frontier.
Our mission was to convey the wonder and majesty of space exploration, to evoke the romance of the golden age of early spaceflight. And we've been referring to this approach as NASA Punk. This means a design language where the tech is advanced, yet still looks grounded and relatable.
For us, it's that contrast. That's where the visual interest is. Obviously the NASA, which is the rigid, hard function over style, and then Punk, which is all about style.
You can see that visual style coming through in your ship. Your ship is your home for you and your
guys. Have you seen my thumbnail? No joke, man. I was expecting a lot of the games that you see today.
A bit of lo-fi rather than sci-fi, where everything is well used, worn, and lived in.
Alrighty. What's the plan, Captain?
This is your star map. It starts with the planet you're currently on. You can see all of its info and resources. You can choose a landing spot or fast travel to known locations. Backing out further, you can view all the planets in the system. Obviously, the game is big, and it's here you can see planets that have key locations, missions, or life on them.
It has some Mass Effect elements, man. I have to be honest about that. Mass Effect has this gameplay elements.
Here you can plot a course to ones that are light years away. This uses your ship's grav drive to fold space and jump to these systems. And you will need to upgrade your ship and skills if you want to jump to the most distant ones. But for now, we'll plot a course to the Alpha Centauri system, where we can find the city of New Atlantis.
New Atlantis. But, of course, they have improved upon everything that we love about Mass Effect, Mass Effect 2, Mass Effect 3 maybe, not the ending, but you know what I mean. Even some elements of Mass Effect Andromeda.
Scan complete. You are cleared for landing at New Atlantis.
Starfield.
As soon as you land in a city like New Atlantis, your eyes are guided upwards to just these boundless, vast buildings.
It's the biggest city we've ever made, not just in size, but also in the amount of custom art, crowds, and quests.
I love the passion of the developers,
so the main
man.
focus when we're designing a city is
That's one
obviously
thing
what
I have to give.
supports the story. We try and tell as
They
many
love
small
the
stories
game.
as possible.
They put a lot of passion into
It's
the
a few
game.
moments of gameplay that make the space feel like it's full of real characters that are going about their day-to-day lives.
It's paralyzing if you really stop and think about it.
Buddy, it's coffee.
It's also where your adventure with Constellation begins.
See the watch, man. They're gonna put it in the
Constellation. We have a lot
special edition,
By
man.
the time you meet
That's
them,
for sure.
Constellation is sort of seen as this mythical group. Most people don't even know they exist anymore.
Whale,
They're
it's a
the
whale
last
to the
true
moon.
explorers in
That
the
was a
galaxy,
crypto.
and they're trying to find the answers to some
That's
of
all.
humanity's
That was a
biggest questions.
crypto's reference,
That
man,
was
for
so
sure.
different, so alien, and I'm certain one of them reached out and
Whale to the moon.
spoke to
That
me.
was a crypto reference for sure, man. If you're into Bitcoin and Ethereum, I have Ethereum, man. I've been Ethereum fanboy all my life.
Look at how it's coming together. That means there's a set built by an intelligence outside the settled systems.
It's definitely an eclectic cast of characters. You've got Sarah Morgan, the ex-soldier and adventurer, now Constellation's leader. Mateo, the theologian
No conquer though.
who believes that there's definitely
We
something
expected some
else out there.
conquer.
Noel, the
Or Master
gifted
Chief.
scientist and Sarah Morgan's protege. And Walter,
We did something.
a very successful businessman in the settled systems.
We saw
and
something.
Constellation's financier.
Anything goes as long as you have the money.
There's also Vlad, the ex-pirate, Sam Coe, the
Related
former
to
space
Fallout,
cowboy,
but not a
and
lot.
Barrett.
You know what I hate about these pirates? Completely resistant to my otherwise irresistible charm.
The journey you take with Constellation is just the first of many you'll embark on. The Settled Systems is home to all kinds of different stories, people, and adventures for you to uncover.
Marcus, I'm sorry, dude, man. I think we have to see your footage next year. I'm watching it with
The
Mark
United
of
Colonies
Phoenix.
is where you'll find New Atlantis, the first major human settlement in space. The people who live here value law, discipline, and the legacy of humanity. They consider themselves the true children of Earth.
You ever think of joining up with the Vanguard? Help the United Colonies, even get your UC citizenship?
Interesting,
New
man.
Atlantis isn't the only city within the United Colonies. The city of Cydonia on Mars to this day serves as the largest
Yeah, Cydonia on
mining
Mars.
facility for the United
It's
Colonies.
I don't know. Have you guys watched Mars Anomalies? Check that channel, man. Check out that
Beyond
channel,
the
Mars
United
Anomalies.
Colonies reach,
Wow.
you might find yourself in a much more wild and independent
These guys have been
coalition of
watching
star
Mars
systems.
Anomalies. That's for sure.
This is Freestar Collective Space. The capital of the Freestar Collective is Aquila City.
The Stone Root Inn is an Aquila City fixture.
A ranger relies on judgment and intuition to do what's best for the people.
Neon started out as a fishing platform, but is now known throughout the settled systems as a pleasure city, where almost anything goes.
If you've got morality issues, this definitely isn't the job for you.
I think it looks decent, man. It has some Mass Effect 2 elements, man. That I gotta be honest with you. Mass Effect 2 was insane. One of the best sci-fi games, sci-fi space exploration games
Space,
ever.
there are still plenty of unclaimed systems to explore, but these areas are also home to the most hostile factions in the galaxy.
Oh, it's going well. It's doing well. To the moon.
All heathens shall be made dust in time.
A new face. Is this the face of a brave runner here to challenge the Red Mile?
They think the galaxy is theirs. They are wrong. It belongs to the Crimson Fleet. It always has.
In Starfield, we're pushing our cities and settlements further than we ever have before. It's all there.
I think
waiting
Super
for
Metal
you.
Dave will like this game.
Slice of
But
humanity's
one
future.
thing I have to notice. I have to know the graphics, man. I don't know. Guys like Super Metal Dave, they have super powerful PCs, man. They have NASA-like PCs. But look at the gameplay. The gameplay, for me, is
I'm the
always
type of person who
first.
spends hours in character creation, and I think people are going to be really excited when they see all of the improvements we've made.
One of the biggest overhauls was done through our character generation system. We scanned a wide range of faces from different age groups and ethnicities, and by mixing and matching all that data, we were able to create highly detailed and diverse
think
characters.
It's a
We use that exact
pretty good
system
game,
to
man,
create
based on
all
the
characters
gameplay
and
and
NPCs you're gonna see in the game.
the
So
open
any
world
character you
elements
see
they've
almost
shown.
always is a character you could make yourself.
Hey, come on. Okay, take it easy.
Don't be a
You
fanboy.
were out cold.
PlayStation 5 is
No physical
awesome, man.
damage. Mentally, the jury's still out.
Xbox is awesome. PlayStation awesome.
For Argos extractors?
Is awesome.
Ring any bells?
Switch is awesome,
Any of
guys.
this look
These
familiar?
consoles have their own thing, man. You have to know that.
You start your
Xbox
character
is
creation journey as
more
though you're
oriented to
cycling through employee
sci-fi
records.
slash
You'll pick
shooters,
from a lineup of 40
Game Pass,
presets,
cloud
and that'll be
gaming.
your starting point.
PlayStation more
Your journey from
oriented
there can be as
around
detailed
story,
or as quick as you want it to
graphics.
be. This new system has more to offer
Bro,
than ever
what
before.
the hell was that?
It's also the simplest character generation system we've ever had. We let the player get as close as possible to make whatever they want. With the various facial morphs you can blend together, the dermesthetic and makeup, blemishes, scars, piercings, teeth settings. It's a lot,
Bro,
but I think it's the
what
most
the
fun
hell?
to use.
It looks good
Character
though,
creation is
man.
More than just
Looks
how
good.
you look. This is also where you start to decide who you want to be. That's where backgrounds come in. Backgrounds give you a bit of backstory and start you out with 3 basic skills.
From chef to Dusty. You know, the crew still has a betting pool about which restaurant critic you must have crossed to wind up here.
What's great about backgrounds is you never know when yours is going to come in handy. You could be in the middle of a fancy restaurant talking to some guy, and suddenly you learn he needs a beast hunter to help
Cliff
track down
Blazinski,
monsters.
man, is he's saying no Gears 6 announcement. What the?
Given what happened the last time.
We're also giving you the option to customize your build even further by letting you pick up to 3 traits. Traits are completely optional, and they come with their own advantages and disadvantages. You could choose to meet your biggest fan.
By Vectera, by Vectera! Is it really, really you?
He'll join your crew, and he'll give you gifts if you're willing to put up with his constant commentary.
I can't believe I get to stand near you, breathing the same air. I've got to have every molecule.
My favorite trait is kid stuff. You have to pay some credits to support your parents, but they're very sweet, and it's really fun to go visit them.
Honey, we got ourselves a visitor.
Oh my god!
I came across some hostile zealots in space.
That sounded like the meme. That sounded like the meme. Honey, what is this? All these
That gives you
purchases.
damage buff when your health is low, but mercenaries will randomly show up and try to kill you. No matter what you choose, there will be plenty of ways for you to tell your story. And if you want to remove a trait, there are ways to do that too.
What a view! It's a feast for the eyes. Off we go to another adventure.
Wow.
We'll let you discover that on your own.
Some of it looks insane, man. Look at these gameplay elements. Some of the gameplay elements looks next gen, man. But this is not even gameplay, man. This is the actual developers talking about the game.
We took what we loved about
Dave,
skills and perks from our
what do you
previous
think, man?
games and put them
Let me
together
know
to
in the
create a whole
DM.
new skill system. Each time you level up, you get a skill point, which can be used to unlock or rank up skills. Ranks are unlocked by completing challenges associated with that skill.
Yeah, I think Super Metal Dave and a lot of people expected Gears of War 6. Me too, man. I don't know, based on what I've heard or seen or read about so far, but
There's a lot to choose from.
I think they're holding back. Holding back. What? Is he saying holding back? Yeah, I think they're holding back for next year.
Boost pack out of the gate. I'm boost packing everywhere.
Classic Fallout, man. Classic Fallout. Starfield.
I like maxing out my physical tree so
Plus
I can neuro strikes.
Fallout.
And just
This
punch
is the
my way
game.
through combat. That one's a lot of fun.
These guys have a lot of fun with their own game, man.
I'm very much a stealth player. So, I'm out there pickpocketing everyone. My favorite part about being stealthy is slowly creeping through vents like you're in a movie and then jumping out and springing on people.
Kind of looks like a game I have here. Riddick.
Fine, I'll issue you
It has some Riddick gameplay, man. It's insane.
I like doing a death from above thing where I boost pack over guys and I throw landmines at them. I like blowing stuff up.
This was one of the longest streams on my channel, that's for sure, man. Wow. Look at the environment, man. Look at these mountains, these planets.
Exploration is a key
I'm a
aspect
gameplay
of all our
first
games.
guy.
In Starfield, there are
I love
full star
Starfield.
systems with new life, resources, and adventures. Our team worked hard to strike a balance between fun and realism. We studied data from NASA
They
and a
nailed it.
multitude of other sources to help us make the world feel believable. From the way we approached planetary atmospheres to the way we placed biomes based on the planet's distance from the sun. Once we had created a grounded world, we could start looking at all the things that make that world fun.
A grounded world. These guys know what they're doing, man. That's for sure.
You'll be navigating asteroid fields, having chance meetings with interesting strangers, dogfighting in space, and exploring derelict ships. It's all out there.
Guys, as a sci-fi guy,
Ultimately, it's about
my mind
your
is
curiosity.
blown.
Because whether it's on the surface
As
of
a Gears of
planet,
War fan,
the alleys of
I'm a
city,
little bit
or the
disappointed. But
vastness
as
of
a sci-fi
space,
fan,
you never
I'm
know
kind
what
of like
you'll find.
Golden Road. As a sci-fi fan, man, this is insane. This is insane. The amount of things you can do in this game. If Hellblade 2, Forza Motorsport, Fable,
Space
all the other
exploration is
stuff
possible
wasn't enough,
thanks to your ship. Your ship is almost like having another character
they're showing
or home. You can make all your
this
own.
game, which
I
is
think you'll
insane.
be blown away by the amount of stuff you can do. You can buy a ship.
I'm sure you can find something you like.
Customize and upgrade that ship. And hire a crew to keep it up and running. And it all starts in spaceports.
Spaceports.
Every spaceport has a ship technician where you can purchase, sell, and modify ships.
Anything I can help you with?
Maybe you start off with a speedy fighter that's perfect for bounty hunting. Then you might round out your ship roster with a hulking space freighter to run cargo missions, or even do a little smuggling. For now, though, we're going to take our starting ship, the Frontier, and make some changes. You can customize and upgrade everything you see here, and you have two ways to do that. You can quickly upgrade individual systems like your weapons or shields, or you can deep dive and enter the shipbuilder mode. Here you can change anything, from the systems to the look and layout. Adding a new habitat module can give you more room for crew. Adding cowling can change your ship's overall silhouette.
Guys, I'm gonna
Grav
take a
drive
small
allows for
break.
longer distance space jumps.
Small
You
break.
can even fully customize
1 to
your paint job
2
to get the
2 minutes,
exact
man.
look you
It's
want.
been almost 2 hours.
The parts you choose to build with
I'll
don't
be
just
back in a
affect
few
your
minutes.
ship's stats. They'll also affect what you can do inside your ship. You can have modules for crafting, or for storing and displaying your weapons. Starfield's in-game ship manufacturers bring their own look and feel to every piece of your ship. From living quarters, to cargo holds, mess halls, and control rooms. Our modified Frontier is a practical ship, but with a little creativity, your ship can look like almost anything you want.
It's a bit odd, but one of my favorite ways of customizing ships is I make them look like animals. The HMS Platypus, as I called it, where it had like a giant tail to it. And we've done spiders, we've done mechs. So it's really whatever your imagination is.
And while you can build your home among the stars the way you want to, you're probably not the only person who will call your ship home.
Ready to lift off when you are, Captain.
Engines ready.
The Frontier is fueled and ready, Captain.
Some of the members of Constellation can join you on your journey. These companions can serve on your crew, and they'll always be there when you travel.
We'll be traveling together until we either find an artifact or this lead runs dry.
Each companion comes
Love
with
this
their own
game.
valuable skills for your ships and outposts, as well as unique quest lines. Eventually, some friendships might blossom into romance.
I don't know that I've ever really loved anyone except you.
And if you're looking for a little extra help on your ship, you can always hire a
Gonna raise a family, man, in this game.
Got any room on your ship for someone like me?
You'll also meet potential crew members out in the world.
Still think there might be a spot for me on your ship? I gotta get off this rock.
Assign crew to your ship or outposts, and their unique
So-
skills will affect how they run. And just like companions, most crew members can lend a hand in the field. Take Bosco, for instance.
He's designed around the
I think it
core
was
basics
a
of
pretty good show, man.
Please.
Maybe even 8 out of 10.
You might die.
I have to rewatch everything.
Personality, so I elongated the limbs. This tends to make him feel.
But I think in general it was a good
give him
show.
a little personality.
It is a shame exploration requires
The
so
problem
much
with many
bloodshed.
people, I've said this also in the PlayStation
Using the
showcase,
shipbuilding tools and
is
crew
that they're
selection features in
expecting
Starfield, you'll be able to build and captain the ship of your
world-changing
dreams.
event or something in this showcase. But guys, don't be
And now,
overhyped,
let's take to
man.
the sky.
If you're overhyped, you're gonna get yourself disappointed, man. I was expecting Starfield, Hellblade, Forza Motorsport, and some other stuff. I've seen it all. Fable, of course, I was kind of expecting it, but not really. But they showed it, so I think they nailed it with this showcase. It's looking promising for other showcases as well. But I think this was a pretty good show.
Should be exciting and dangerous, and you should feel like.
But of course, you know,
complete
the
control every step of
console
the way.
wars, the console gaming community is toxic
We've
as
extended
hell.
that sense of control
So
to ship
they're
combat.
gonna
It's not about just hitting
search
your
for
triggers,
anything
fire
that
your
they can
weapons.
trash in this showcase.
It's a complex
to
dance between your piloting skills and our power allocation system.
just poison the whole experiment.
power to your
I think it
engines will
was
make
a
your ship
great show.
faster.
It was a pretty good show.
Powering up the ground dries will shorten the amount of time it takes.
I think
before
when
you
it
can
comes to
jump.
sci-fi fans, the PlayStation showcase was better. I'm an Xbox fan. Xbox gamer. I think the PlayStation showcase was better for sci-fi games. But in general, I think this show
You should
delivered.
always be on your toes because you're not alone out there.
I have one of the best, one of the most lovely cats waiting for me behind the door, man. It's so cute. So it has space
After
combat.
destroying an enemy ship, you can loot the remains from your cockpit. You can always turn any ship that engages you into scrap.
I'll be perfectly honest with you
Also
guys.
take a more personal approach,
As a
like
Mass
talking with the
Effect
enemy
fan,
vessel
I think
and boarding their ship.
a lot of the elements have been copy-pasted from Mass Effect 1 and especially 2. I think even Andromeda, even though a lot of people trash that game.
Once you've taken control of an enemy ship, it's yours.
In general, I think it's a
Add to your
pretty
fleet
good
and
game.
Retrieve it at any spaceport. But space is way more than fighting for your life. Just like when you're planetside, there are plenty of sights to see and stops to make on the way to your next adventure. Like these massive star yards.
This reminds me of Star Wars Rogue Squadron on Nintendo 64.
A civilian in my star yard. Let's see about getting you a proper ship, one worthy of you.
What's wrong with the tattoo, man?
Like the UC Vigilance. Or rub elbows with the galaxy's wealthy elite on a cruise ship fit for the stars.
Look at the cities, full of life. Full of life,
There are plenty
man.
of personal encounters to be had as well. You can hail any ship you come across to trade, swap info, or maybe even commit an act of piracy.
Let's do this. When I'm playing, I generally go crazy. I definitely go like the more piracy routes. I
Mhm.
want to take over ships.
I love these developers, man. They love their game.
I steal all the sandwiches.
I have
and put
respect
them,
for that.
You know, in my cargo hold that I have specifically for sandwiches. I don't want to play the hero, but I want to go out and just start taking things from people as quickly as possible.
I love
Some
Starfield.
strangers might be looking for a little human connection in the
I'm
darkness of
super
space.
hyped, man. I'm super. I might be for the first time in my life pre-ordering a special edition. I think Ocarina of Time was one of those games, but I think I'm gonna pre-order the Starfield
is that it is a Bethesda
special
game
edition,
through
man,
and
for
through.
this.
It's really about going to strange new places, meeting interesting people, and getting sidetracked on zany adventures. Then realizing 2 hours later that you're involved in a completely new story.
You're human.
We thought we were the only ones to
Wow,
leave Earth.
this game, I love it
That
so
DNA
much.
is so present
Guys,
here.
I don't
It's on
care
our
about
counters,
Twitter,
it's
I
on
don't care about
handheld
YouTube,
devices.
I don't care about anything
feels
what
so
other
cool to play it and just
YouTubers,
make
of
your
course.
own path
I
in
care
this
about you,
universe.
but whatever
There
you
are over
what
1,000
other
planets
YouTube
out there,
channels are
just
saying, man.
waiting for you to
I
visit.
love this so much, man. This is a
We
sci-fi
want you to
heaven.
feel like explorers, breaking ground on new planets, exploring every inch of a mostly untouched galaxy. We want you to feel hopeful.
This is how
We want you to
No
feel a
Man's
sense of
Sky
awe
should have
and
been,
wonder. And
but couldn't,
sometimes
maybe
a
for
little fear.
staff reasons, technical reasons,
you
a
a
lot of
massive
other
playground
reasons,
and a
I don't
ton
know,
of
budget
toys,
reasons.
and just setting you
Starfield
free.
is gonna deliver, my friends. Starfield is insane. I'm mind blown by this game.
Hey everybody, we've shown you so much stuff, but we thought we'd just take a little break and show you something a little bit different. You know, we put so much detail into our game worlds, and
Hopefully
we
they're
love the
gonna show
opportunity
something
to bring
related
that
to
into the
Skyrim.
real world with our
Related
collector's
to
editions.
Skyrim.
And for this game, we've done a watch. It is the Constellation
It's the special
Explorer's
item.
watch. This is the watch that you actually get in the game.
I'm gonna pick it
acts
up.
as part of your HUD, where it's the compass and then environmental information.
I'm
It
gonna
connects
pick it
to
up.
your phone to give you notifications and other information. And we've also designed this really cool case that it comes with, Istvan.
Yeah, we
It
really
was
took as much
already
care
leaked,
and designed this
guys.
case as we did to watch. Our attention to detail in the game totally translates to this. Inspired by the cases and
It was
astronauts
already
used during the
leaked.
Apollo era to bring back samples from the moon. It's got an intricate locking mechanism, authentic, heavy, comes with a Constellation patch, NATO strap, and the overall functionality and believability of this as something that would exist in the world, in the Starfield universe.
Oh, and hey, take this. You'll find it very useful out there, and it even tells the time.
I think this is
We
pretty
actually
cool.
have something else.
I
Now
think
that
this
we're
is
part
pretty
of
cool. I love
Xbox,
it.
We get to work with the amazing people on the Xbox hardware team, and together we have created this custom limited edition Starfield controller. It's awesome. It is now, you know, our favorite controller.
We love this because it's inspired by the actual controls of your spaceship. And not only that, we've created the first ever custom headset with Xbox. And this is the perfect pairing with that controller.
It's pretty cool, man. If you were into sci-fi stuff, I think this is a pretty cool special edition, man. A lot of cool content. Man, this live stream is one of the longest live streams on my channel. You know me. I don't do live streams that are 6 hours. Maybe Metroid Red, because I couldn't finish that game. That was overly complicated, a hard game for me. But
In every one of our
Starfield
games,
is
we
something
always
else,
put
man.
so
I
much
love it so
care
much.
into all those little details that breathe life into our worlds. But Starfield isn't just a Bethesda Game Studios world, it's a Bethesda Game Studios galaxy.
Wow.
So why go this big with Starfield? Because we want to give you freedom on a galactic level. The freedom
Look
to
at this
experience
game.
both the
How
exciting
can anyone
planets
hate this game?
and the quiet ones.
You have to give.
Scanning a planet
You have
before
to
you land is
give
a
this
great
game
way to get a sneak peek
10
into
out of
available
10
resources you can use for
based
crafting,
on the
building,
effort
and customizing.
alone.
I think what's cool about this whole system that we generate the planet itself as a procedural content, but the handcrafted content itself comes as the player explore. Our system builds a planet as the player approaches it. We stitch together block of terrain.
All
After
of
that, we
elements,
have the
right?
system that adds interesting locations for the player to explore, creatures to encounter, ore and plants to pick up. It allows us to add that touch of environmental storytelling.
But like I said,
Bethesda
it
is
has
known for.
a lot of No Man's
Aggressive
Sky
creatures have been
and Mass
disrupting our
Effect
experiments.
elements.
Their habitat isn't far from here. If you could take care of them for us, we would be in your debt.
So even if your friends were to visit
This
the
is
same
crazy,
planet
man.
that you
This is
had,
crazy.
you would have a different
You
story
can
to tell.
create your own character. And it looks like exactly you're gonna play your own story, like they say. Amazing, man. Yeah, I think a lot of people are upset.
It's completely up to you how you want to interact with each planet. Whether you want to explore and see what you can find, harvest resources and be on your way.
I don't know how to say this, but guys, don't watch Twitter.
With the help of your scanner,
people on Twitter are toxic as hell, man. I don't know what has happened to Twitter. Elon Musk has to fix this.
Skills, you can even
People
figure
are
out
toxic
that
as
certain
hell.
creatures and plants. You can build an outpost and produce resources from those plants and animals. You can get experience and rewards for
You
fully
can see
surveying planets
on Twitter the
fully
latest
surveying a whole
reactions
system.
of anyone, but also the most crappy, the worst kind of reactions.
When we were concepting these creatures,
if you
we really
base
wanted
your
to think of them as
opinion on
natural
that,
to the environment. We didn't want
you're gonna
alien
be
monsters. We wanted native
disappointed, man. Your
Something you've never
worldview
seen
is gonna be disordered.
When it comes to our exteriors, when the sun moves, all that light is calculated in real time through the atmosphere. Our biggest goal for lighting with Starfield was to make the game feel more filmic, to use lighting
You have
and
to understand,
color
my friends,
to really make it feel
my
more
friends, that
cinematic.
there are a lot of toxic people on Twitter. Twitter is making things worse, man. I use Twitter to share my videos, but Twitter is full of toxic people. The real people who I speak to or follow are excited about Starfield. Maybe not about the graphics or some other elements like I mentioned. Some of it is a straight copy paste from Mass Effect, but in general, this game is insane.
After some exploring, you can find a spot to set up a base camp.
Base
Outposts can be built almost anywhere on any planet. And the habitat modules come in all shapes and sizes, filling all different purposes. You can even live in them. Assign crew and companions to work at your outposts for added bonuses and set up extractors to harvest resources while you're away.
Something cool we have this time is we have a new fly cam where you can toggle between on-foot building, or you can now use a top-down isometric camera, which helps plan out larger parts of the outpost and placing those larger halves. So that way you can really plan your structures and what the overall feel of your outpost is. And then when you're on your feet, you can really decorate and fine-tune things much easier.
Hellblade 2 is insane when it comes to the graphics, but this game is insane when it comes to the
Add research
gameplay.
stations in your outpost to utilize any resources you find or already have.
Mod your weapons to adapt them to your playstyle. Different weapon sights and scopes, larger magazines, a selection of grips and barrels, different ammunition like explosive rounds. All you stealth players out there will surely need a suppressor.
I like it a lot.
You can also choose to go hands-on with melee weapons.
I think it's always a delicate balance between like what's realistic.
I
what's
think if
sim,
you're
what's
a
Hollywood.
Fallout
And I think
fan,
we sort of err on the side of,
Skyrim
like,
fan,
what's
but
fun
mostly
for the player.
Fallout fan, you're gonna like this game a lot, man. This game is a sci-fi
We
heaven.
completely overhauled our combat. It's more dynamic, the animations are more fluid. It just feels great.
We probably have more mods and more weapons in this game than I want to say any other game we've done before. There's a lot of variety.
Upgraded gear is just one of the many factors to pay attention to when engaging in combat. You may need to switch things
Have you
up
ever
based on your
noticed that
environment.
gears The Starfield gear
Gravity
logo is
different
kind of
for each
like the
planet,
Gears of
and
War
boost
gear
packs are excellent
logo.
for getting around.
I
And
found
for giving you an
that
edge
pretty
in
cool, man.
combat.
I don't know, I just noticed that. I think that's pretty cool.
Sometimes you'll even feel like you're flying. Zero gravity environments pose a different challenge. Firing a ballistic
This
weapon
is
in
like a
0G will
2-hour
actually
live
push you
stream so far,
backwards.
man.
Energy weapons, on the other hand, offer a more stable shooting experience.
We also have mag weapons. These are high-powered electromagnetic induction ballistic arrays.
This is
Each barrel
insane,
has
guys.
its own targeting laser
Insane.
and can dish out some serious damage. Whether you
Xbox
want to get
Series
up close
S
personal
and
with your own
S,
two
of
fists,
course.
or you like more compact weapons like pistols and submachine guns, or maybe you prefer something bigger. Starfield's got you covered.
I don't know about guys like Super Metal Dave though, man. They're playing on the highest quality performance level, graphics level ever possible, man. With the latest Nvidia GPUs. But even with guys like Super Metal Dave, I think this game has a lot of cool content so far. For guys like Dave. And most likely Dave is gonna enjoy this on the highest possible performance graphics, GPU level possible, man, features level possible. Starfield.
Thanks again for being with us today. We are just so grateful that you've taken the time and spent it here. I know there was probably a lot to take in. There's a lot to the game, even more than we could show here. You know, as we play it, we're always sharing these unique and special moments
This was
that only
awesome,
a game
man.
like this can bring. When I think about what makes it special, it really is the people here. This game is a reflection of the incredible and passionate team that made it.
Game of the year.
All of them putting something special of themselves in.
Guys, you have to
So let's
you
hear
have
some
to
of their
give
favorite
Microsoft or Bethesda
I
credit
love
for
the
this,
way
man. They have
that
created
our
one of the
final
best
combination
sci-fi
of all the new
open
tech has come
universe
together to
games.
create some of the most beautiful sunsets and sunrises we've ever had in any of our games.
I love the creatures, the exploration, every
I love
biome is
the
different. The
developers,
word that
man.
comes to mind is vast.
I like to use our photo mode to take rock star photos.
I like the
just love that
enthusiasm
constant feel
of these developers,
discovery.
man.
And, wow, I can't
Enthusiasm.
believe that there's more here.
I'm most excited about our outpost building systems.
My favorite part is every time you step out on a planet, it's a unique experience.
My favorite part is how these developers love what they're creating, man. Unlike
These things are
Redfall.
gigantic.
Redfall was
It's the kind of thing
trash.
that you just can't get anywhere else.
There's something about seeing a tower over in the distance and going, I know the gravity's low here. I think I can make that jump.
My favorite part is biomes, spaceships,
audio design,
planets.
The day-night cycle, those details matter to me.
Diplomacy, exploration,
freedom, the
Diplomacy.
ending.
Beskip, obviously.
I love the robot so much.
The incredible amount of worlds we created. Sniper rifles, come on.
Lever action, rocket launcher,
Brain sprout.
Look at the creatures,
I like
man.
it. Some people might find creepy. I don't know. I know it's right, Ben. The thing that I enjoy most about the game is the freedom to be who you want to be. Do
This
what
game
you
is
wanna
insane.
do.
It has some Z Nation
It's what
elements,
I've come
man.
to expect
Do
from a
you guys
Bethesda
watch
title,
the Z
but on a
Nations?
much bigger scale.
Z Nation, it's amazing, man. See that series on Netflix.
On behalf of all of us, we can't wait for you to play Starfield and make your own special moments.
Give us a demo, man. God. Give us the beta. Beta, alpha, what the hell it is? Beta. It looks great, man. Sci-fi heaven. September 6th, 2023. The graphics are not mind-blowing. The gameplay has some elements from sci-fi games like Mass Effect, maybe like Fallout game elements, but I think overall the game is epic, man. I don't know. In general, I feel this game is epic.